So, yesterday or the day before, I covered this video of the batshit, lunatic, crazy-ass, motherfucking dipshit, cocksucker motherfucker, also known as the lieutenant governor of my state, North Carolina, the state that I live. He called gay and transgender people filth, and basically everyone was like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you a crazy person? And he responded with, yeah, I am crazy. And guess what? You're going to have to deal with me. So, North Carolina lieutenant governor who called transgenderism filth will not back down. Amid calls for resignation, I will not be silenced and I will not be bullied into submission. How is it that these motherfuckers do this? They attack an entire marginalized group of people and then they claim that they're bullied. What? What? I just that's like the KKK, like after they just got done, like fucking, I don't know, erecting a fucking Confederate statue, going like, why do you want this statue to be torn down? We're not gonna get bullied. This actually happened in my fucking city, in North Carolina, I should add, right? We have a Confederate statue here, and the defense for why it should not be removed is if the statue is removed, it's giving in to bullies. Fighting an entire war, killing hundreds of thousands of people over the right to own black people, that's cool. There's no bullying there. But removing a piece of concrete, that's bullying. Like, how do these people do this? Like, I mean, I really, like, how do they manage to make themselves the victim? This is victim culture here. This is some snowflake-ass bullshit. Republican North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson said he will not back down amid Democratic calls for his resignation after he said, quote, transgenderism and homosexuality. Why is transgenderism in quotes and homosexuality isn't? I don't know. I guess because transgenderism isn't a word. Should not be taught to children, referring to it as filth. What does that mean? How do you teach transgenderism to children? What does that even mean? Right? Like, I'm just like, what does that mean? All right, class, we're going to teach transgenderism. What? Like, I'm genuinely like, what the fuck? We're going to teach you homosexuality. What does that mean? Look, what is there to teach? Gay people, they exist. All right, next. Like, what is that? Transgender people are real and they exist. All right, now let's talk about science. Like, what does that mean? Like, I really don't understand. Let me tell you plainly right here and now, I will not back down, Robinson said in a video posted to Facebook on Saturday. Can I watch this? Is this watchable? Because I'd rather just watch the source material. All right, let's just watch the source material. I don't know how. I hate Facebook. I really do. I'm going to open this in a incognito tab. Okay. What the fuck?
Viciously attacked because of a clip video where I talk about removing the sexualization of children from the classrooms in our public education system.
Also, why? Okay, are you hearing the music in the background, folks? Are you hearing the music? Anyway, so the sexualization of children? What? Now, last time I checked, when I went to school, I'm 25 years old, so I was in high school about 10 years ago. They forced us to read Romeo and Juliet. Is that not a story about the sexualization of children? Because last time I checked, right, Romeo and Juliet was about children. Right? Is it not sexualizing children because they are a heterosexual group of people? Like, what is this? And also, gay people exist is not sexualizing children. What does that even mean? Like, I really, like, what is this guy talking about? Like, this guy is a freak of nature. And what are these triangles in the background? There was a lot going on.
Of course, the media and those on the left have tried to change the focus from education to the LGBTQ community, specifically that I hate them. Let me be clear. I will fight for and protect the rights of all citizens, including those in the LGBTQ community, to express themselves however they want. That is their right as Americans, and I don't think that government has any role in telling them otherwise.
Okay.
However,
all right, now I love the queers, but
in telling them otherwise. However, the idea that our children should be taught about concepts of transgenderism and be exposed to sexually explicit materials in the classroom.
What does that mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, if I were to go around saying, yeah, Right-wingers, what they're doing is... Oh, actually, Republicans are... What they're doing is they're going to school, and they're basically saying, we're not allowed to teach you history. We're only going to teach you the pre-approved by the Ministry of Truth version of history, where George Washington picked at a cherry tree, and then, like, he, made the best country in the world, and then he killed a king or something, and then Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. We don't know how the slaves got there, but they were freed because the Republicans are great. Wait, no, actually, Republicans actually do that. They do try to enforce an alternative version of history straight from the Ministry of Truth into schools, right? So, like, that's the thing is, like, and they need that, like, the scapegoat, because they are actively mythologizing and propagandizing in schools, so they need to convince their people that the left is doing that too. The left is not sexually explicit, like, showing sex, like, what does that mean? Like, a teacher going up there and saying, hey, class, gay people exist, is equivalent to, like, showing goatsy in a fucking elementary school classroom? I don't understand what this guy is talking about, bro. Like, I really, like... What are you talking? Can you cite a source of, like, a fucking, like, teacher, like, going up there and saying, all right, class, we're gonna watch some gay porn today? What, like, when has that happened? Like, I don't understand what the fuck that means.
Is abhorrent. Earlier in the year, my office released a report about indoctrination in public schools. In it, there was reference to a book titled George that a parent found in their child's school. The book is recommended for elementary school students. The main character is a biological boy in elementary school who wants to remove his genitals so he can become a girl.
Okay, so first of all, again, I would like to cite the example of Romeo and Juliet. Now, if books are capable of morphing kids into doing things that they read in books, why isn't there a suicide spree going on? I read Romeo and Juliet in high school, right? Why didn't I kill myself? Why isn't there a mass suicide spree of, teenage boys and girls in high school killing themselves to try to get laid? Why doesn't that happen? Why? Maybe because people read things in books and they know that it's not necessarily a how-to guide on how to live your fucking life. I don't understand what that means. Like, I really don't understand what that means. Also, I proudly support the queers, but those biological boys. What is a biological boy? As opposed to, I don't know, like a fucking, like an android? Like, what is, like a technological boy? Like, what does that mean, a biological boy? All human beings are biological. Biology is the study of living organisms and life. What does that mean, a biological boy? All boys are biological? That's because we're humans. Like, we're all biological, folks. Like, I don't understand what this thing is. You're biological. Your mom's biological. Your dog is biological. Everyone is biological. We're living. We're life. Unless you're artificial intelligence living in Google's, like, fucking secret quantum computer, probably you're biological. But anyway, let's keep going.
This book is not the only example. In Lawn Boy, there is sexually explicit content, including an animal performing sexual favors on a human. Unfortunately, there's more. The images you are about to see are from a book that is currently in North Carolina schools.
Also, okay, now again, the other leap here is that, all right, there's a book in a library. It's got to be the left. Huh? Yeah, a book is in the library. The left is at it again. So I went to the library and I found a book, a group of papers that contain words that tell out a story. Why is the left doing this? Why is the left putting these books in? Like, I just don't understand what the fuck is this guy talking about? What does that mean?
It's called genderqueer. I want to warn you that the pictures you are about to see are explicit. I hate to put these in a video, but I feel it's necessary to show you exactly what I'm referring to. Now, as you look at these photos...
Oh, no! You're not going to believe it, folks. This is explicit. In fact, I might get banned from YouTube for this. Holy shit. In fact, I'm going to do it. Whoa. This is extremely explicit, folks. If you have kids at home, hold the fuck. Fast forward, we've been dating for 2 months, we've made out, we've had sex, we've moved on to sexting at work. Quote, I got a new strap-on harness today. I can't wait to put it on you. It will fit my favorite dildo perfectly. You are going to look so hot. Welcome to the library. Whoa! Whoa! Again, I would like everyone to remind themselves of Romeo and Juliet, a book, a story about children killing themselves because they wanted to get laid. I would like everyone to remind themselves of Romeo and Juliet, but let's continue.
Photos. I challenge you to describe them as anything other than filth. These materials do not belong in public schools. For those who are calling on me to resign, for those who are saying that I don't represent North Carolina values, let me ask you something. Does forcing these on children represent your values? Do you really believe that these images should be shown in the classroom? This whole...
Also, again, the idea that anyone is going up and... Like, again, okay, here's another leap. So a book is in a library. Therefore, every classroom in America is showing the book. What? What? I just don't get it. I don't understand. So, okay, a book is in the library. That, of course, what that means is that every single classroom in America is being taught that that book is scripture and that they need to live their lives in that fashion. Counterpoint, how about it's a book in a library that no one looks at because no one reads books anymore? Is that possible? And, like, also, again, I would like to remind everyone of Romeo and Juliet. The motherfucker literally killed himself because he didn't get laid. I'm sorry, like, if books are somehow, like, you know, ideological scriptures that we all are supposed to live our lives behind or based on, we gotta ban Romeo and Juliet because that's teaching you some fucked up shit.
Thing has been an attempt to once again change the argument and silence voices on the right.
What?
Well, let me tell you plainly, right here and right now, I will not back down. I will not be silent, and I will not be bullied into submission. I will continue to fight for the rights of our children to receive an education that is free from sexual concepts that do not belong in the classroom. And I don't care who doesn't like it.
What about, what the fuck? I hate Facebook. But what about Romeo and Juliet? Like, I know, like, there's probably other books I should be referencing, but literally, what about Romeo and Juliet? Because, I don't know about y'all, but I was forced to read that stupid-ass cringe in high school, and it was boring. It was garbage. Like, I mean, also, like, I'm gonna be real here. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, what the fuck? Like, do you think, like, heterosexuality is? Right? Like, there's a lot of kids' movies, books, television shows that have men and women kissing each other in them. How is that not sexually explicit? Like, I'm just asking a question. Right, like when I was in elementary school, I remember one time one of my teacher's husbands came to work to drop something off and they kissed each other in the classroom. How was that not sexually explicit? I guarantee you, no, not a single right-winger would give a shit about that. But if it was my teacher's wife, and my teacher was also a woman, they would freak the fuck out. Like, I'm just like, I'm so confused. I'm just like, I'm baffled by this. It's strange to me. Like, and this guy's calling transgender people filth, and then he says, we believe in the right to express yourself. Unless you're a kid, you can't express yourself? What does that mean? Like, I just don't understand, like, what is this guy talking about? But again, people eat this shit up. They read this, and they go, like, yes, really hitting the nail on the head there, because they're stupid. They're dumb. These people are dumb. They're dumb as fucking cum. And not the good kind of cum. I know you're trying to struggling. You're thinking, whoa, there's bad cum? That's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about cum from meat eaters. That's right. Did you know vegetarians have better cum? I'm just throwing that out there. That being said, we're talking about meat eater cum. We're talking about, like, this guy was just eating steaks and fucking, like, chicken wings kind of cum. Like, the cum that really just... You just need to puke it out of you immediately. It's just kind of disgusting. We're not talking about that good vegan cum. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. But either way, this guy is a fucking weirdo. And North Carolina's fucked. That's all I can tell you. So